Hello everyone, welcome to the second video in module 3. In this video we are going to see about the how to declare one object for a class and how to make use of a new operator in class variable, and also what is the use of methods declaration and methods definitions in the part of class fundamentals. So these are all the interesting topics we are going to see in this video. Let us go to the topic. How to declare an object means there are two steps, formal procedures or formal steps are that in obtaining the objects of a class. One is, first is we must declare a variable of a class. Here this is, so declaring a variable of a class is the first step. Then after what happens, this variable is not a normal normal variable, it is a object. So what happens means, next step is only the copying the exact variable to the object, right? So the first one is we have to declare a variable of the class. Second one is we must acquire an object, actual physical copy of an object, by assigning it to its variable. So what we can do is, here we can do, right? So this is the first step. So first step is the declaring the variable, class variable. Second is to actually allocate a physical copy of an object. Or else what we can do is, we can do in this one step also. See here, this is the first step and this one is the second step. Box is my class name and my box is the object, and as of now it is declared, it is not exactly acquired. Then in the next step, using the new operator only, this has been done. What we can do means, this takes two steps, no? So to avoid these two steps, we can do like this also, box my box equal to new my box. So in using a single line itself, we can allocate, we can create a new objects. That is, this step is called as dynamically allocating. So this step is called as dynamically allocating the objects of a class, right? So dynamically we are allocating the objects of a class. Then new operator dynamically allocates the memory of the object. It has the general form of class variable is equal to new class name. So here class variable is assigned, that is my box is assigned to new box. So class variable is the variable of the class type being created. The class name is the name of the class that is being instantiated here. So my box equal to new box, no. So this is what the general format of allocating a new class objects and in Java, right? So here in this statement, what happens, box my box at that time, the my box values are null. But when you are using the new operator time only, this my box will be exactly references to its class, and what are the instance variables and methods are defined in the class will be referenced in dynamically. So what are the instance variables assigned in the box? There are three instance variables, no, with height, depth. So those are referenced in this step. That is what constructor defines what occurs when an object of a class is created. Then what is the use of new operator? Why I have to use the new operator, ma'am? Then why means Java's primitive types are not implemented as objects, right? So Java's primitive types are not implemented as object, rather they are implemented as normal variable. So that is what we should use the new operator to allocate the memory of an object during its runtime. So during its runtime, we should use the new operator, that is essential parameter. And assigning object reference variable. How we can assign the object reference variables means, here we have one more example. Box B1 equal to new box is my first object. Then what I am doing is I am assigning this B1 to its B2. At that time, what happens? B1 is my first object, B2 is my second object. Both the objects are referring the instance variables of box class. So, but these B1 and B2 are referring the same object. They are not linked in any other. So they are not internally linked. They are not internally linked. So B1 is referring the box object. B2 is referring the another objects. Then what we can do, another one case is a box B1 equal to new box B2 is equal to B1. After some lines of codes, as after its execution, then B1 is termed as null. That means it is set to null because at that time B1 is not having any touch with the its instant variable. So at that time B2 only it's having the references with its class. So with the height and depth are at that time only it is referred by B2. It's not referred by B1 because B1 is set to null. Then what is the use of methods? Methods has two things, instance variables, and that means when you take one class it has two things. One is instance variables and its methods. So what is the general format of method? Means it has the type, that is what is the returning type is there, then name of the method and parameters list. It is very similar to member functions in C++. So the type specifies the type of data returned. If it is not returning anything, then we can use a void function, void data type as a returning type, and then name is nothing but it is the name of the method. Then parameter list is a sequence of type and identifies pairs separated by commas. We know that how we can pass one parameter list, and then it has the return value. So if the return value is something returning type is assigned, means we have to use the return keyword to return its value. Then how we can add the method to this box class, because in the previous example we have only seen the box class contains the instance variables of with the height depth. Now what we can do, how we can add one method means methods, we know that methods define the interface to the most classes. In addition, defining a method that provides the access to the data, and you can also define the methods that are internally by the class itself. Then how we can use means, here is the one example, mybox1.volume is my method, mybox2 is the method. Thus the first line here invokes the volume method. Thus it calls the volume related to the mybox object, and thus calls to the mybox1 volume, displays the volume of the box defined by the mybox1, and mybox2.volume displays the volume of the box defined by the mybox2. Each time volume is invoked, it displays the volume of the specified box. After the statements inside the volume have been executed, control is returned to the calling routine, and execution resumes the line of the code following the call. Here, according to this example, volume method is defined in the class. No, so here the instance variables of width, height, depth are referred directly without proceeding them with an object. Okay, so it can be a method can directly invoke all the instances of the class. This is what the summarization of method here. So a method can directly invoke all the instance variable of a class. What is about returning value? Returning value should be assigned with one variable, one external variable. What are the 2 points should be considered here means, first one is type compatibility of its arguments. So first the type of the data returned by the methods must be compatible with the return type. Here what is return as a returning type for the volume method should be compatible with the value of volume here. And the second condition is the variable receiving the value returned by the method. That is, the variable receiving the value returned by the method is nothing but volume. Should also be compatible with the returning type. What is the returning type of volume? If it is a float, it should be matched with the float value. So this type incompatibility also should be there. For example, if you have defined the returning type of the volume as float, but you have assigned the returning type of this volume method to its Boolean variable as volume means, so what happens? The type incompatibility will occur. At that time, Java compiler will throw an error as like type is not matching. Type mismatch is occurring. Like that, it will throw an error. Fine. Next, adding a method that take parameters. So as of now, volume in the previous example, volume is not taking any parameters. What happens if we pass one arguments? Means I have taken one more example here how we can calculate a square. So in this first case, if you are not passing any parameter like int square, so in this we didn't pass any parameter. So what happens? What will be the output will be here means, say for this 10 case I am assigning that value as 10 means assuming we are assuming the value as 10 means, so it will return 10 star 10 as 100. But what happens if you have converted this type of method into this type, that is method with parameter means it is a generalized form. So whatever the arguments you are passing, either it may be a 10 or it may be a 5 or it may be a 8 or it may be a 100. So whatever the number if you are passing inside the parameter, it will be returning its square value. So what happens? It is a general purpose now. It is now turned into general purpose method that can compute the square of any value, right? So which one will be the most suitable one? The second one. So method with parameter will be the most compatible one, will also lead to a general purpose method. Next, here and the next example is int cube int of I. So here what we have done is int cube is my next example. Here what I am doing is returning I star I. So this is my another one example which returns the cube. Then how this cube method is used in this Java means, if you have used x equal to cube of 5. So what happens? Here int is x is my integer variable. So the returning type of cube is also integer. So in the type compatibility will be occurring. The types are matching each other. Then what is the value of cube of 5? It is equal to 125. So now the value of x equal will be 125. Then if I use 9 here, what happens? X will be the cube value of 9. So that is exactly will be equal to 729. Then now I am assigning y equal to 2. Then instead of passing the value of 2 here, I am just passing y means. So what happens? That value of y equal to 2 now, no? So the cube of 2 will be calculated exactly. The value of x is now 8. Okay. In this example, what is the point we have to keep remind means, one is its parameter, another one is argument. So parameter is a variable defined by the method that receives the value, right? So here x is a parameter, right? Because it receives the value of cube of 5, cube of 9 and cube of y. Then argument is the value that is passed to a method when it is invoked. Here y is the argument and 5 is an argument and 9 is the argument. Likewise, we have to be clear about the two terms when we are using the methods. Then how, another one example, how I can assign its value means by using a dot operator. My box 1 dot, my box 1 is my object. Using that object dot instance variable with, I can assign the value of 10. I can assign the value of height as 20. I will assign the value of depth as 50. Right? I hope so this video is useful for you for the understanding of creating and declaring the objects and how we can use and create a method in class. I'll catch you in the next video about next topic. Thank you.